Hi guys, I'm Becca. Welcome to Recovery, the virtual only class for Riker, and all of you wonderful members out there who will be joining soon. So we are, I'm going to get my timer ready. So again, recovery is themed around the yoga movements. So we're going to do this in 3 sections. The first section is going to be a short warm-up, a little bit faster movements, ones that you might find really familiar in your fitness realm. And then we'll move into some yoga combos, yoga-inspired combo flows, followed by the third section, which will be some nice slow stretching to really end it. So again, I have my yoga mat with me. I'll try to orient both around the yoga mat, and if you don't have one, that's perfectly fine. Just make sure you have plenty of space to take big steps front to back, side to side, and not hit anybody or anything. I am doing my workout barefoot because yoga is all about connection. And so I think it's great to have that ability to get those little muscles in the feet, a slightly different workout by using the toes and the feet with that. You will probably see my dog, who's very close by. This is happening from my home. And you might possibly see my daughter come in. You will have to see. All right, I am going to start my timer, make sure I know where I'm going and what I'm doing, and that I keep everybody on track. And I'm going to move back to my mat. All right. So we're going to start in a seated position, one foot in front of the other, legs falling out just gently. Pull the belly button in just a little bit so you can extend the spine up. Inhale those arms up to the sky. And exhale, place one hand down and reach the other hand up. I'll be mirrored on you, so for a couple of these, I'll just say choose a side. Doesn't matter. As we move into a yoga flow, I might cue one particular leg or the other, whichever way you feel most comfortable doing. We're going to do both sides regardless. Just remember that mirror option here in the video. So in this nice side stretch, we're opening up the rib cage. We're releasing, creating more space in the side body, and really trying to anchor the hip bones into the earth even as we reach our rib cage up and away. Inhale up, hands come together, and exhale, reach up and over to the other side. Sending the hip bone down into the mat or the floor so that you can open up, broaden your shoulders. Try to keep your elbow away from your ear, but still create some distance here in your rib cage. Looking up into the arm, inhale, and exhale. Come to center. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, take one hand. I'm reaching my right hand to the left knee. Left hand goes behind the body, still anchoring the sit bones down. So we get a gentle twist in the upper body. Upper body turns towards my left side. Hip bones still centered and focused towards the front. Inhale up. And exhale, reach to the other side. Left hand goes across to the right knee. Right hand is behind you. Just for a little extra support. Still try to pull that belly button in. Float the spine longer and longer. Just turning the chest towards the right side of the room, keeping those hips nice and square. You don't have to really jerk your spine. We're starting out in a nice gentle twist here. Inhale, exhale, release, reach those arms up. Inhale and exhale, float the palms down, fingertips touching the floor. However comfortable you are in your lower back and getting some nice opening there, you can walk your hands forward, up. Reaching and breathing into the back of the body. If you'd like to melt the forehead and forearms down to the floor, feel free to do so. Breathe into it. Walk those hands up. Grab the palms right at the top of the shin, right where the knee connects. Inhale, pull your shoulders back and reach the chest forward. So a nice arch in the chest. Inhale. And exhale, holding on to the calves for stability so you don't pull back. The belly button is going back from the side. We're just doing a nice arch forward and reaching back. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach it up. Come to your knees facing me. Now, if you need a little bit of extra support, you can always roll that mat, give it a nice flop over this way, and send your left leg out to the side. Try to point those toes nice and forward, square the hips. So drop that left hip down. We can do some salsa maybe at another time, but we want to try to get a nice even press down through the center of the body. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, drop that left hand palm up onto the side of the left leg and then reach up and over. Same thing we did seated, only this time the glutes are engaged, pressing the hips forward. We're not sending them back, press those hips forward, and the belly button is continuing to pull up, opening up the right side of the body. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms come out wide, and then we're gonna teeter-totter over to bring the right hand down, left hand reaching up. Strengthen to the right palm, strengthen to the right leg, opening up the chest a little bit, maybe reach a little bit behind you, get a little bit of arch and turn. Inhale. And exhale, bring it up. One more time, reach it over towards, fingertips going towards the left heel. Inhale. And exhale, arms come out, right hand comes down in line with your shoulder, reach it up. Maybe this time reach the left hand towards the mat and see if we can make a rainbow posture from the fingertips of the left hand down to the heel. Continue squeezing your glutes, press the hips forward, don't let them sink back. We don't want to crease in the front of that right hip. Inhale up. And exhale down. Inhale up, reach the palms together. And exhale, reach that right hand down. And now we'll do a little side plank here. So side plank action can come in any form that you like. Level 1 is to keep the right knee on the ground and bring the left leg up, squeezing the glutes together, pulling the abs in. Left hand can go up, down, side to side, it doesn't matter. Nice and long and lengthening on your right hand. Or round 2 or option 2 is to keep that left leg on the ground, bring the right leg to meet. I really love to cross the feet. One foot can be in front, right foot can be behind, whatever you want to do. Either way, we have a nice long body, strengthening through our side plank. Level 3, maybe you bring that right knee up and hold, engaging all muscles of the body, continuing to breathe for 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that right knee down. Inhale up and exhale, knees together. Sit it back. Roll the shoulders, roll the wrists if you need to. Inhale, reaching up. This time, the right leg goes out to the side. Bring those hips down. Make sure there isn't a crease in either of the hips. So bring those, squeeze the glutes, bring the hips forward. Use the belly to lengthen the spine. Inhale up and exhale. Breathe it over. You gotta figure it out. I'm doing my yoga class.
I'm just hungry. What should I eat?
We're gonna eat after I finish the class, okay? And exhale, left hand goes down. Reach those arms up. Reach. No, ma'am, you need to get out of the camera. Go back to your room, please. Thank you. Inhale. Reach it up. Exhale, right hand. Palm goes up. back of the hand goes to that right knee. Squeeze the glutes up, reaching open and really stretch nicely and with as much length as possible on the left side. Inhale and exhale. Bring it down. Inhale up and exhale. Hand is down. Reach the right hand up. Left hand right below the shoulder. Inhale. Nora, I cannot help you right now. They are for after we finish this, okay? Level 1, bring that right toe up off the ground, right arm reach forward or up. Level 2, keep the right foot down, bring the left foot to meet the right and hold. Level 3, bring the left foot up, reaching nice and strong through the palm for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knee down, inhale up, and exhale back to kneeling. Open up that mat, unrolling it for a little bit. And we're gonna come to our plank on the mat. So you can always take these on your knees. I want the knees to be behind the hips so we get a nice attention to the core without it hanging out back here. Don't let your tail wag, not in this posture. We'll have to figure that at another time. Or as always, you can bring those knees up, toes under, strength across the shoulders. Really press into each tip of the finger to take some of the weight off the wrists. Another way to make sure you don't have any wrist pain is to make sure your feet aren't too far back and your shoulders are behind the heels. You feel all that weight in the heel of your hand. That puts a lot of strain on those small muscles around the wrist. So walk those feet up so that you feel a nice center point of gravity in your fingers. Let's do shoulder taps for 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, keep going. 5, try to keep that core nice and straight. 3, 2, 1. Bring your knees down, stretch it back, roll out those wrists just a little bit, squeeze them. That's my favorite way to make sure that we release that tension there. Bring those hands back down, come back to your half push-up or full plank. Inhale. Now we're going to drop the knees, just touch. Try to keep the abs still engaged and then just bring the knees back up. So the torso, shoulders and torso don't move at all. Just knees come down and back up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, we got it. 3, 2, squeeze the butt. 1, this time pull the butt up in the air, pushing your chest towards the thighs into your downward facing dog. Roll those shoulders. Let the head be nice and loose. Shift the weight from left to the right. Now we can let the tail wag just a little bit as you really get some nice stretch across the low back and maybe start stretching on the back of the legs. Notice how my heels do not touch the floor. I have really tiny Achilles tendons. There is nothing wrong with that. If yours do touch the floor, that's great. I could get my heels to touch the floor if I walked my feet in a little bit. But when I walk my feet in a little bit and get ready to transition to a plank, I'm way off balance. So we find ways to make it work for our bodies. So inhale, exhale, come through to plank. Lift the left leg up and just point it behind you. Really try to hover that foot and down. Right foot and down. Just hovering it behind you, straight line. And right foot comes up. One more time each side. Left foot comes up and down. Right foot comes up and down. Left foot comes up. This time push the heel and the hips back. At the same time, so you have downward dog, but with one leg up. Actually, when I'm doing yoga with my daughter, I call this horse with a really long tail. Inhale, Bend that knee, bringing the left heel to the glute. Exhale, sweep it forward. Like you're doing a mountain climber, only we're holding here and we're really getting that nice core work to bring the knee in further towards your chest. Inhale, exhale, send it right back where it came from. Bend that knee again, inhale, exhale. Back to your half mountain climber position. And then see if you can step that left foot forward right in between the hands. If you don't get in between the hands, that's totally fine. Put the knee down, use your hands to get that left foot where it belongs. Perfectly, perfectly normal. Inhale here, reaching up, now we're in a nice slow lunge. Inhale up, and exhale. See if you can press that right knee up off of the ground. Inhale, and exhale, bring it down. Inhale up, we're just doing 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knee down, reach the hands forward, pull the left toes up, send the hips back, and straighten that left leg. Get a nice stretch across the front of the left leg. Inhale, and exhale. Bring the left leg forward, back to your runner's lunge. And you have 2 options here. You can pull that right knee up, getting into a nice long runner's lunge. We'll definitely explore this a little bit more later. Then you can really press into the hands, pull the hips up, release that left leg from the floor, and send it right back to that down dog with the leg up. Or from here, bring the knees together, down dog, left leg goes up. Bring that left leg down. Inhale the right leg up. And exhale, wave it forward to that plank. Hold that plank, reach it up. Inhale. Exhale, pull that heel up of the right leg, reaching that whole body back. This time, bring the right heel to the glute, swing it forward into your half mountain climber. Really pull it in, pressing into the pinky and the thumbs. Inhale. Exhale, send it right back, straighten that leg. Inhale, bend the knee, swing it forward, and any way you can, get that right foot in between the legs. We're going towards our lunge. Go ahead and let that left knee down. Inhale, the arms up. Inhale. Very nice lunge here. Go ahead and bring that leg all the way up off the ground, and then tap it down. Inhale up. Tap it down. 3, 2, and 1. Reach those hands down. Maybe enjoy a nice long lunge before you really press into your hands, reaching the hips up and back. Release that right hand or that right leg from the floor and send it back. Inhale and exhale into your downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Curl that heel towards your glute. Exhale, send it forward, half mountain climber. Drop that left foot right in front of you, and then send all hips back. If you can't reach the floor here, that's perfectly fine. You can get back into your kneeling position here. Inhale, wherever you are, you're getting a nice stretch on the back of the left leg. Now, walk those hands towards the front. Moving those heels with you. Release right over the center. Beautiful job. Big inhale and exhale here. Walk those hands over now to the opposite side. Same stretch. Again, if you can't touch the floor here, the left knee comes down. The hips go back towards that left ankle and the toes come up. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, right leg comes forward, back into your nice long lunge. And again, you can bring both knees together, palms to the ground, press those rear weight into the toes as you bring the hips up and back into your downward facing dog. Now we're back to lifting that left leg up. Inhale, exhale, half mountain climber. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, put that left foot down and come to your nice low lunge. Inhale up. And exhale, this time I want you to open towards the front of the room, towards the screen. If you're facing me, and really try to keep that left hip turned down and the left knee nice and square. Pull those abs in as you continue to open the body. Inhale and exhale. Reach those fingers out longer and longer and longer. Inhale. Exhale, bring that right hand down, left hand comes up. So similar to that side plank position, only this time we have a little bit of opening on the left thigh and hip, reaching that around. Inhale and exhale. And again, we're stretching the back of the left leg now. You can do that by straightening both legs, or by bringing the right knee down, sending the hips back towards the right heel, and reaching the left toes up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, back to your lunge. Inhale, exhale, however way you want to exit that lunge to get into your downward facing dog is great. Inhale, forward to plank, your starting push-up position. Bring those right toes off of the ground. Pull the right heel up, lift the hips back. Inhale. And exhale. Bring to your mountain climber. Set that right foot down. And then walk the hands back to the center. Nice stretch on both legs. Release. One deep breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Walk those hands around to the left side. Come into your lunge in your favorite way. Challenge yourself maybe this time to bring those feet together and enter into your downward facing dog. Inhale into your plank. Right foot goes up again. Inhale, extend that heel and those hips back. Exhale, bend that heel towards your hips. Squeeze it in, half mountain climber. Bring that foot down and then bring the knee down into your lunge. Come up to your lunge. We're twisting again. Inhale the arms up. And then exhale, turn your chest forward while trying to keep those hips towards the front of the room. So they stay facing this way, facing towards the front, and your chest is opening towards the right side. So we have nice, think of squeezing those inner thighs together so we have nice stability in the lower body, and then reaching those hands out nice and long. So we have some core work here. Inhale and exhale. Keep the arms exactly as they are, torso still twisting, and just bring that left hand down. Reaching up, so getting a little bit more of a stretch now in the right hip, but continuing to use the core body to open up the chest. Inhale and exhale, bring it down. Transition to your downward facing dog, however you want to do that. So again, just bring the knees together, press the hips up, or do that nice swoopy move from your lunge. Inhale, breathe it forward to your plank. Point the left toes behind you, lift them up off of the ground. Inhale, reach the left heel up as the hips press towards the ceiling. Bend the left knee, heel goes to your glute. Inhale, bring it through a half mountain climber. Press that left foot forward and walk around to your center stretch. Really release into the back of the legs on both sides. Release your neck. So really let it dangle here. No pressure on the head or neck. Freely able to nod yes, agree, or shake your head no, set boundaries, stand up for yourself. Inhale. And exhale, chest comes up a little bit, hands walk over to the other side of the room, back into your right lunge. Let's take a really nice lunge stretch here. So the tops of your feet can be on the ground. You can really extend through the top by squeezing the glutes and pressing the hips forward. Now inhale the arms up if you feel comfortable with that. They can always stay on top of the knee. Continue to keep the abs engaged even as the glutes press your hips forward. Now engage the abs just a little bit more by opening up your chest towards the ceiling. Take as far back of an arch as you feel comfortable with. As long as those glutes are tight, psoas stretch is nice and open, and the abs maintain engagement. Inhale and exhale, bring it back. Bring your left knee up, sweep that right leg behind you, downward facing dog. Inhale, press the heels, wave the chest forward. Left leg comes up. Inhale, exhale, pull that left knee back. Bring your heel to your glutes and then sweep yourself forward, half. Mountain climber. Bring that left foot down, back into your nice long lunge. Now this time, let's extend that twist and get a little bit more of a stretch on both legs by pressing into the right hand and opening up the left hand. Same side plank, only this time that right knee is up off of the ground, left knee is still forward. Try not to let that whole left hip come out of alignment. Keep that left hip in alignment and just bend the knee. Make sure you're not opening the knee enough or so much that the toes come up off the ground. Reach, inhale, and exhale. Bring it down. Inhale and exhale. See if we can get that left leg all the way up and drop it back down to your downward facing dog. Inhale, breathe forward to that plank. Bring that the right toes up off the ground. Inhale up, everything goes up. Exhale, half mountain climber. Bring the right foot in between your toes or right underneath your chest and really stretch out the back of the right leg. Again, left knee can be down and right toes can be up into that seated stretch as well. The benefit of both legs attempting to be straight here, you can hold on to your calf if you want to, as long as you're not holding on to your knee, is that the back of both legs get a nice stretch in this option. Inhale, exhale, walk those hands to the center of the room. Inhale the chest forward and exhale, release. Roll those shoulders this time, making sure you have plenty of mobility here, no stress on the shoulders. There's no weight that you need to be carrying. Let it go, release. Inhale, walk those hands around to the left side, coming back to your left lunge. Bring that right knee down and really extend and get a nice stretch on the front of the right thigh and possibly all the way up into the rib cage. Squeeze those glutes together so that your hips are pulling in towards each other. Inner thighs are pulling in towards the center line, and maybe reach those arms up while you continue to get a nice long stretch. Pull the belly in, look up towards your fingers, and then maybe reach your chest up and back. Maintaining this strength in your lower body, even as you look for some nice floating, lengthening, curving, arching of the back ability. You don't have to reach back and touch your toes. That's real hard. I've been doing yoga for a long time and I'm still yards away from that. Bring that knee up on the left, or sorry, on the right knee. Inhale, exhale. Bring your left foot back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, bring it forward to plank. Tighten that belly. Right Toes come off the ground. Inhale, right heel up. Bring the hips back. Bring the right heel to the right glute. Inhale, sweep it forward, half mountain climber, and then set that right foot down right in between your hands. Take any adjustment you feel necessary to get to this nice runner's lunge. Really drop that right hip, extending on the top of the left leg. Bringing the left hand down, and again, same stretch on the other side, getting a nice twist. So we are using the core to open up the chest, really using the legs to find stability and get a little bit extra of a stretch. Inhale and exhale. Try to make sure the knees aren't floating out over the ankle, and neither is that right hip reaching forward. Tailbone continuing to shoot towards the left heel. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. However you want to get back to that downward facing dog is your choice. One more time. Wave it forward to plank. Left leg comes up. Inhale the left leg and heel back. Heel to glute. Exhale into your half mountain climber. Bring the foot down right underneath your chest, and then try to straighten both legs. Try to get both hips square here as well. Lengthening both legs. Now try to pull your belly in so that we get some nice length in the spine. Again, if you can't touch the ground here, you can always bring right knee down, heels towards the right, or hips towards the right heel. Left toes are pointing up, getting a nice stretch on the left side. Inhale and exhale. Breathe it forward, opening up and back to the center of the room. Bring those knees side to side, opening up the inner thigh. Inhale and exhale, release. Breathe into that. So we've loosened the neck, we've loosened the shoulders. This time, think of your chest having that little extra pull of gravity to really extend the back and the low back. Visualize all of the beautiful cushions of spinal fluid, synovial fluid, in between the vertebrae, opening, expansion of the back, creating space, creating length, creating release. Inhale and exhale. We're walking over to the right side. Again, but this time I want you to scoot that right foot over to the left thumb. Go ahead and bring the left knee down. Now that left knee is going to float towards the floor into our pigeon posture. So right now I have a lot of, I'm taking a lot of my body weight on my hands as that knee comes out, and I'm just breathing into a close, getting that right knee closer and closer to the floor. In this nice hip opening stretch, you always have the option to bring that heel just a little bit closer to the center of your body. For many people, myself included, that means I can go ahead and put that knee onto the ground and get a little bit of extra length on that straight back leg. Slightly different hip opening. There's nothing wrong with either posture. Inhale, reach the chest up, and exhale, lean the chest forward, using the arms to slowly lower yourself down. Maybe you can get your elbows to the mat. Doesn't that feel amazing? Breathe into this nice stretch. We've done some twists, so we really, these hip openers are going to feel really nice. One more deep breath here. Exhale and bring your palms back to the mat. Pull your left knee in, let that right leg just kind of unfurl, coming to your hands and knees. Let the belly fall, inhale, exhale, arch the belly up. Inhale, let the belly fall, reach the chest up, and exhale, turn the tailbone down, chin to chest, arch the back. Inhale, the left knee forward now. Take whatever you need here, placing the right knee wherever you want to go, but start to walk that left toe towards the right hand. So you see this a little bit differently on this side. And then start to let that left knee float to the earth. You can take as slowly of a time as you need to. So you'll notice I've now released the back of the right foot. The top of the foot is placed onto the floor. This, actually, I'm comfortable in this position, but my knee is nowhere near the floor. It feels so nice, just a beautiful opening. Really extend the front of the right leg, getting a nice stretch across the top while also enjoying that hip opener. Inhale. Now I'm gonna go ahead and float that knee down while I curve my left heel in just a little bit more to the center line, and that allows me to let my left knee hit the floor and open up the chest. Inhale, reach the chest up, and exhale. Maybe float the chest forward, maybe walk the hands forward, maybe let those elbows come down. Breathing length and width. So this time I want you to extend not just the chest forward and lengthen the spine, but visualize those hip bones moving further apart. Nice spaciousness in the hips, in the groin area, in the top of the right leg. Breathe. Inhale. And exhale, walk those hands back if you've been able to bring them down to the floor. Scoot that right knee up a little bit, release the left. Now I'm going to sit at a little bit of an angle here so you can see both sides. We are bringing both sit bones to the floor, and I started with my right leg in front when we did our nice opener, so I'm actually going to switch and put my left leg in front. Back to our spinal twists. Inhale up. And exhale, right hand reaching towards left knee, left hand reaching towards the mat behind. And this time I have a little bit of extra space and agility in the spine, mobility in the spine to press into that left knee with my right hand and twist a little bit further. Maintaining both hip bones on the floor. We're not reaching either one of them up. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale, release. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, reach the left hand towards the right knee. Now left hand reaches behind, just at a nice angle to support this length of the spine. You're not really curving back into it. Sit bones are nicely onto the floor, and start to press just a little bit more into that right knee so that the back opens. Inhale and exhale, release. And now our last couple postures here. Inhale and exhale, relying all the way down onto the mat. Bring both knees up into your chest. Roll side to side. Roll those knees in a big circle, getting as much of the lower back and maybe into that mid back as possible. Just a little tiny massage, just using the weight of the body. I'm going to bring my right knee into the chest to let that left leg float to the ground. Really releasing the top of that left thigh. Tailbone is flat against the mat, shoulder blades pressing against the mat. Pull that right knee up into your chest. Maybe it needs to go out to the side towards your right armpit. That's perfectly fine. And then grab a hold of the top of that right leg with your left hand. Place that right hand onto the floor, right at shoulder height, palm down. Inhale and exhale. We're gonna pull the right knee across the body. I'm waiting for my back to pop because it probably will. Even if it doesn't, we're focusing on releasing that tension. Try to keep the left leg nice and straight. Right knee just floating towards the ground. Right shoulder blade and rib cage melting into the floor. Just a cross twist of the body for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, bring that knee back up into the chest. Squeeze it up. Squeeze both knees up into the body. Press the tailbone down. Maybe give yourself a big hug. Using the knees to press everything flat into the mat. Maybe tuck the chin. Maybe the back of the head gets flat to the mat. Continue to press the tailbone flat to the mat. Inhale. And exhale, release that. Take hold of the left knee and let that right leg just float down. Tailbone flat into the mat, shoulder blades flat into the mat. Get a little bit of extra stretch, reaching the left leg into the left side of the body. If there's a little bit of compression, bring it off, but sometimes that compression gives you a nice internal, or at least yoga teachers have taught that internal pressure gives some extra release of the internal organs, which is necessary. Now take that right hand, cross it over the top of the right knee. Left hand goes down, palm to the ground. Pull that left knee over, reaching the left knee towards now the right side of the room. Melt the left shoulder blade and left rib cage to the floor. Melt that left knee over towards the right side of the room. Inhale and exhale, reach it just a little bit more. And then bring that knee back up into your chest, bringing both knees into your chest. Try to squeeze those knees as close in as possible. Maybe you bring the elbows around to the tops of the shins. Grab opposite arm with opposite elbow. Press everything down, squeezing, floating the knees down. Releasing any pressure in the neck. Using the weight of the knees, the squeezing of the body to elongate the spine for 3, 2, 1. And release. Let the hands fall down. Let the feet come to the earth. Widen those knees just a little bit and then windshield wiper the feet. or the knees right to left, opening up the hips, getting a nice movement and breath into the lower part of the body. Stay here just a moment, maybe releasing the feet all the way down to the floor, squeezing the shoulder blades up underneath you and palms up. This is our final resting posture. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale, mouth open. Let the body melt. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now you can always stay exactly like this if you have a little bit more time to breathe into the body, breathe into the openness, breathe into the openness maybe of the hips. If not, you can come up to a seated position in your favorite way. So maybe that is bringing both knees to the side like a curled up sleeping baby. And then pressing those hands in. One of my other favorite ways is just to rock up and down, get a little extra movement of the spine. Inhale into whatever position and coming into a seated position if you'd like. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer right at the center line. And our yoga-inspired stretching comes to a close with the normal ending for our yoga class, which is Namaste. The light in me honors the beautiful light that has chosen to practice with us today. Namaste.